In this video, I'm going to look at the noise filter in the firmware update 2.1. Alright, so it took a little bit for me to figure out what this effect is actually doing. So I'm going to try and explain it the way I would use it, and then maybe you can experiment on your own. So what we have here is a high threshold and a low threshold, then the attack time and also a release time. Okay? So we can have a very short release or a very, very long release, whatever you want. As far as noise, I really don't have any noise right now. If I turn it off, there's really nothing to, reduce the noise from. So, but what the high and low threshold is doing, let me show you the high threshold first. Everything is being bypassed pretty much, and let's go ahead and put the attack time all the way up. So here's my guitar signal going through the PV5150, and I have it on a crunch kind of sound. Alright, so the overall sound got actually a little bit darker. So if you have single coil pickups or any kind of guitar that's just overly bright, you can easily reduce that brightness by bringing in the noise filter. And maybe we should call it less of a noise filter and actually call it a frequency filter. So it gives you a low and a high end frequency cutoff with an attack time as well, which is pretty cool. So let's roll up the attack time to 300 milliseconds and see what happens now. Alright, let's work on the low threshold. Here's the chord. Alright, so that should be able to clean up the low end. So let's just find a good happy medium here to where we're not getting, so we're just getting a little bit of filter going on. So we're going to roll off the lows and maybe just roll off a little bit of the highs. And here's the full effect bypass. And with it back on. Alright, cool. So it's definitely doing something with the overall frequency response. Kind of tightening up the lows, maybe rolling off some of the highs. And that's just another option rather than having to go into like an impulse response and raising and lowering the high end or using an EQ pedal or something like that. So that's why this is in the dynamics and EQ section, because it definitely can affect the frequency response of your signal. So keep that in mind next time you have a very bright guitar or a very muddy instrument, and you can just raise and lower the high and low threshold to sculpt the tone. So thanks for checking out the video, guys. Be sure to subscribe down below and click the bell icon so you'll be notified every time I release new content. I am Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.